Good evening, BookTube. This is Johnny. Thought I'd make a video. It is a Sunday night here in West Michigan. It is June the 17th, 2018. It is 9:47 at night here in Holland, Michigan. And I thought, I've been watching these videos on BookTube called Mid-Year Tag. We are in the 6th month of the year. We're in the middle of the year, and this is a book tag, and there are how many questions here? 15 questions. Nobody tagged me because I don't usually do tags, but I like this tag, and so I did it. So I'll just do the questions here. Question 1. Best book you read so far in 2018? Well, the one that came to my mind immediately was Darkmans by Nicola Barker. This was a shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize. This came out in first published in 2007 in the UK, United Kingdom. So I'd say this is the book that stands out in my mind that I really enjoyed. Question 2, best sequel you read so far in 2018? I answer, I do not read sequels, but I did enjoy reading the 5th volume of the Works of William Perkins. William Perkins was the father of English Puritanism. He lived from 1558 to 1602. This volume came out just recently, and any time now, volume 6 is coming out. Volume 4 is an exposition of the symbol of the Creed of the Apostles. It's an exposition of the Apostles' Creed, exposition of the Lord's Prayer. So I really enjoyed. Here's the Works of William Perkins. There's going to be, I think when they publish, there'll be 10 volumes. So another 5 volumes to come in William Perkins. Question 3, new release you haven't read yet but want to. Well, the new release I want to read is Rachel Kushner, The Mars Room. I really want to read this before the end of the year 2018. I have her novel, The Flamethrowers, which was a finalist for the National Book Award, a New York Times Best Book of 2013. I want to read this. I don't know anything really about it much, but I do want to read it. So, question 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I have pre-ordered a book titled Don't Save Anything, Uncollected Essays, Articles, and Profiles by James Salter. He's a very famous American writer, and he passed away some time ago, but they're publishing his Uncollected Essays, Articles, and Profiles. So I have that on pre-order. Question 5, biggest disappointment. The biggest disappointment was The Future Won't Be Long, a novel by Jarett Kobek. I found this a disappointment. I never read anything by him, but somebody on BookTube mentioned this novel, and I bought it, and I was a big disappointment. The Future Won't Be Long, a novel by Jarett Kobek. He wrote a book that got a lot of hype, I Hate the Internet. Question 6. The biggest surprise for me, I really didn't know anything about this writer, didn't know anything about this novel. I must have picked it up somewhere, but it caught, I think I must have bought it because it takes place in Paris, France in the 19th century. It's called Haussmann Or The Distinction, a novel by Paul Lafarge. I really enjoyed this novel. It was just really a great read, and I started reading, I haven't finished yet, his latest novel. I'm almost done with this, The Night Ocean, a novel by Paul Lafarge. So yeah. Favorite new author is Jarett Kushner. This is his newest novel, White Tears. I haven't read it. I did read his novel, Gods Without Men, a novel by Jarett Kushner. This is his newest novel. I really have enjoyed his writing. I have another novel by him too, The Impressionists. So he is my latest favorite new author. I gotta read this hopefully this year or next year. But I enjoyed Gods Without Men. Newest fictional crush. Well, that would be Nicola Barker. This is her newest novel, Happy. I started reading this. I really haven't got much into it, but I do plan to read it. So she's my newest crush, fictional crush. This book, Nicola Barker. Newest favorite character. Well, that would be the character the main character in Nicola Barker, Darkmans. His name was Daniel Bede, a great character in this novel. Question 10, book that made you cry. Well, I thought of this little book, The Odd Woman in the City, a memoir by Vivian Cornick. I found this, I remember it was very sad, and a little sketch in here, little things about memoir was kind of sad. The Odd Woman in the City by Vivian Cornick. Question 11, book that made you happy. Well, the only thing I can't come up with that I found not happy but amusing, it's a nonfiction work, The Most Dangerous Man in America, Timothy Leary, Richard Nixon, and the Hunt for the Fugitive, the King of LSD, by Bill Menentgago and Stephen L. Davies. I just find Timothy Leary kind of amusing, especially his interaction with the Black Panthers in Algiers when he's fleeing from the law in Algiers. I just find this kind of amusing. Question 12, favorite book or film adaptation you saw this year? I don't watch that many movies. I couldn't think of anything. Question 13, favorite review you've written this year? I don't write book reviews. I couldn't think of any video that I've done on book review videos and booktube, so I couldn't answer that question. Most beautiful, question 14, most beautiful book that you bought. Well, I buy a lot of beautiful books. I get those from the Book Nook, the library used bookstore, but one I bought recently I think is a beautiful book. The Splendor of Ruins in French Landscape Painting from 1630 to 1800. This is really a very beautiful little book about ruins and in French. Just really nice little book. Only cost me $2 too. The last question, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? Well, I made a list of maybe 10 books, but then I'm not going to mention all 10 books because I tend, as I said here, I read books according to my current mood. But one I do want to finish, and I almost finished, is The Invented Part by Rodrigo Friesen, translated from the Spanish by Will Vanderheiden. So I do plan to finish this, if anything. So that's the mid-year 2018 tag. So I thought I'd do that. As far as what I'm reading tonight, I start reading the early novels by Deborah Levy. I've been reading The Beautiful Mutants. So I'm almost finished with that. Got a couple more pages. I'll probably read that before I go to bed tonight. So that's it. This is not much else. So I just want to make this little video and I'll sign off. Thank you for the comments from the last video, and until next time, bye.